Welcome back to another episode of The Offer Hustle. It's your favorite cousin, Deona Hustle, and host of this podcast. Also co-host of Hustle and Shine in the Morning on Kansas City's #1 for that hip-hop and R&B. Big love to NSPN for always producing with great quality. He ain't got the toes out today, so unfortunate. It's hot outside, but okay. And also, shout out to Zoo Studios. Make sure y'all book y'all time and holla at them. Beautiful space. Come check it out. Now, today I got my friends joining me. Go ahead and pick up the mics and introduce yourself.
I'm Zae.
Got Cuzzo in the building and my good sister.
Dana.
Yeah. Okay, you can get. Last time you was not trying to. She was Dana. Witzek.
Yeah.
Okay, please. That's why she's not on camera. She's in the middle of being transported. Okay, so we gonna do a couple icebreakers, but before then, I just want to give like an overview of what we're gonna talk about today. So, I don't know if you know, but President Trump just hit his first 100 days in office, and one of the things that's been a popular topic is student loan wage garnishments, which started in effect on May 5th. So, dive into that. We're gonna talk about artists and being overrated when people die. I feel like that's a big topic too. NBA players dating white women. Paul Pierce actually has a clip, and we're going to dive into that. And then also having kids. A reality star got on social media today or the other day and said that her kid ain't getting out the bed to go to school. I said we should send her to Belt Elementary, but we're going to talk about what you would do and what, my cousin and my good sister would do. But first, let's start with the icebreaker joints.
Okay. So I could just pick any of them, right?
Yeah, just go down the list. Okay. Or you can go, just do all of them.
We'll go down the list.
Okay.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
See,
they over here looking at me like, out of them two, I'm a big Jay-Z.
Like, I've never heard somebody be like, oh, yo, play that Nas. Like, that's just like...
But you know what? Nobody in our generation is probably saying either. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true. Yeah.
I have songs of Nas.
People say cut on Jay-Z, but I've never heard Nas.
I will say, I do like that I Can song. That song
I know, fire. I can't be what I want to be. Like, that's the only song you know? If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be.
Not you singing the whole song.
Yeah, that song was tough. He ate that up. He had a song with Amy Winehouse. I like that too. It's called Cherry Wine. It's fire.
Never knew.
Yeah, before she died. Amy. Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Fire song. What's next on the list? How you just going to put the piece of paper down?
Oh, my bad. Doja Cat or Doechii? I'm going to be real with you. I don't care about neither one of them.
What? I'm gonna go Doja Cat all day. Shout out to both of them, but Doja Cat has shown herself to be a superstar. It's a difference between when people rap and people do their thing and someone has a presence. She gives a rock star mentality. She does what she wants to do. She can write her own music. She got aura, as the kids say. I'm picking Doja Cat. Doja Cat's number 2 on my list of current rappers in the last 2 years. Nicki did Doja Cat.
I just feel like eventually she's gonna have that spiraling moment like Britney had. Like
Spears?
Yes. Like
Britney had a whole nother situation.
Literally, that's gonna be Doja Cat in a couple years probably. She gives me those vibes.
I thought she already went down that path.
Yes, I feel like she's already had a couple. But I think she's just being herself. So it's like she's just being herself. This is nothing out the norm. So 2 things can be true.
True. She does give like a little bit of like a Lady Gaga vibe.
That's what I'm saying. And Lady Gaga is like has a rock star element to her.
She was literally wearing meat dresses and everything. Lady Gaga
people knew her from the Cow song. I knew her way before, for the record. I've been a Doja Cat fan since I was in high school. So when she was rapping in the car. Yeah.
The Cow was the first thing I saw.
I had been seeing her. She ain't had no followers, and she wasn't really Doja Cat. It was when she had like SoundCloud records.
Sounds about right.
Yep, that's what I heard her. Loved her ever since.
Okay, 90s R&B or early 2000s R&B? Ooh, this tough.
I'm gonna probably say 90s. I feel like more good, like better records came out in the 90s because I mean we all was born in the mid 90s.
I was just about to say we're all born in 96, and low key 96 had them hits, if you know what I mean.
Early 2000s.
What,
I like 90s
remind like what's a song that pops into your head when you hear early 2000s?
I feel like Usher. Like anything Usher.
Yeah. I mean Usher. She was Usher. You know what's funny? Until I got older, I didn't really respect Usher's the way he sang. when I was younger as a kid, because I didn't really hear the right songs. As a kid, I was like this, but as I've gotten older and heard more of his records and more of like what he does, I'm like, okay, I see why people put Usher up there.
Oh no!
But when I was younger, I did not really respect Usher.
Oh, I loved Usher ever since.
I did not get it the first time. I'm happy I got it now.
I was an Usher fan at like 4 or 5 years old before I could barely even talk.
That's insane.
I was literally
4 or 5 is crazy.
Literally, ever since I can remember, I was singing the songs, had the albums, everything. I've been a huge Usher fan since I was a kid.
That's crazy. 5? I don't know what I was doing at 5. My memory didn't even click in at 5 yet.
Really, when I really started, but that's my only memory. Anything before that, I don't really remember.
But you remember that Usher. That Usher Raymond.
Okay, I already know y'all's response to this answer, but Nicki Minaj or Lauryn Hill?
Onika
Mirage. I didn't even need to hear the other person.
It's gonna be Lauryn for me.
What made you make that executive decision? Like, there's no shade to Lauryn Hill, of course. No shade, but
I don't know. I just feel like Lauryn is iconic. Like, she just has one album, and yet like,
her music is iconic.
She didn't write that monster verse.
That is true. You know, my last guest said something about the monster verse. We had him on, and he said that she got on that track and out-rapped all of them.
Everybody.
Rick Ross, Kanye. And Jay-Z. And I listened to the song the other day, and I'm like, yeah, she really did run that whole song. And she ended it, I believe. Like, she ended the song. Like, say the best
I didn't
for
even
last.
listen to the full song. I'm jumping right to the verse.
Yeah.
Cut the rest off.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, okay. I didn't expect that from you, Cuzzo, but, shout out to you.
Yes.
Yep. Lauryn Hill, iconically late.
Mary or BB and CeCe Winans?
Okay, so I think I said this before. That's an easy one for me. But I got to mention this about BB and CeCe Winans. I feel like I told one of y'all this, where I thought BB and CeCe Winans were married, not brothers and sisters.
I thought the same.
I was so confused as a kid because I don't know. I was reading their Wikipedia. When I like artists, especially as a kid, I do research. I look into them because now I want to know more. I'm intrigued. So I looked more into BB and CeCe Winans, and like the fact that they were, I don't know, I felt like they songs were like love songs. So I was confused as a kid when I seen them in videos together, and I'm like, wait, they're brothers? How they had a? I was so confused. And some eventually in the last, like, I'd say honestly, the last 5 to 7 years is when I found out that they're not married and they're actually siblings.
Like, it's just because I feel like their chemistry is just like so. Like, it's just like, I don't know, their chemistry is different. Like, it doesn't give like brother and sister. Yeah. It like, I remember the first time I really like was like they really drew my attention was the Martin Christmas episode.
Oh yeah, they were on there. Yeah.
That's why I was like, damn, like they really could sing.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But I'm gonna pick Mary every time. I've actually been listening to Mary all day today. The other day was Tina and then Erica's birthday. So if I could interview anybody, it would be Mary, Erica Campbell, Tina Campbell, talking to you. I hope God moves you to come to Kansas City for a day and allow me to interview you because I would love that. Carry on.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, Drake's rap or R&B?
That's a good question.
It is. I'm not going with his rap. I feel like when he really gets there,
I get that. I don't know,
like,
because he has songs where he does
his
both.
R&B it's just like what really cracks me up about Drake when he's like rapping hard, he's going like da 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 da, and then he'd be like all the
I don't know. I like Kendrick said I like the melodic.
I like Drake with the melodies.
I like Drake with the melodies. I like Drake overall, but
facts.
I think
the singing is more believable to me.
Yeah, it
seems yearning lover boy.
Yeah, he gives very literally certified lover boy. I could do the rapping too, you know what I mean? But his rapping be like simp. Please. So that's why I feel like people like it, because he's rapping about giving a girl Chanel bags. Like, that's fire. That's fire.
I feel like he got a bigger bag than that though.
Give me a Princess Gigi, Pooh, Pink, Luxury. Y'all gotta come to the stage. Yeah, where y'all at? I got some bags for y'all and some bands for y'all.
But you know what song that really kind of made me really kind of respect his rap though is No Friends in the Industry. Like, when I heard that song, I was like, okay, this Drake is low key tough.
But I get that.
Well, I think also the beat is just tough for that song.
Look, I feel like when he first started, he was doing like melodic stuff, but he also was rapping.
Yeah.
Like he was rapping. He was doing both. He was doing a little bit of both. So I don't know. I can't call it.
My
I like
brother
both.
was Drake for Halloween one year.
That's crazy. You're gonna have to show us a picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find one.
Should have went to the competition.
They did have a lookalike competition.
Yeah. Okay.
They was. Yeah,
it's so funny though. Like being light skinned, I feel like people just automatically give you, "Oh, you look like this person, because you're light skinned." Like I do not look like Drake.
That could be true. Yeah, you got like little facial hair, light skin.
Exactly.
You're Drake. Close enough. When you come to Kansas City. Literally. What's the last one?
The last one is name a song that you've cried to.
Y'all gonna have to answer this too, by the way. So start to rack your brains. You know what? I've had songs. I wouldn't say I boohoo cried, but I've had plenty of songs where I got a little teary eyed. One of them was MC Light, Georgie Porgy. So deep it was a deep song.
That is.
It's basically, I found it because me and my mom used to watch like old stuff. So I'm watching like In Living Color, like literally. They had her pop on at the end. So that was like my first time being exposed to her. And she rapped it. And I kind of got a little teary-eyed because in the story, she's talking about a guy, one of her crushes. Anyway, she was, that they was just kicking it. Long story short, he gets drunk. She's telling him not to drive his car. He drives anyway. He's fine. He makes it to his destination, but then he kept smoking cigarettes when they were young. So then he had cancer, and then he died. So it was deep. And then that's one of the songs. And then any Kirk Franklin song that's slow, like Imagine Me, especially when you see that video, that might make me shed a tear. I'm trying to think of another. Those are the songs that have made me cry like a little bit.
I feel like it's like the gospel, the church songs that do it to me. Like I remember one time, I used to work at a group home back in the day, and
The More You Know.
we took the kids to the church, and we were literally like, the next thing I know, and mind you, it's in front of all these people. I'm just boohoo crying in the church in front of the kids.
What were they playing? What was the song?
I don't know, but I was going through a lot. It was
it
was the year that my grandpa and my grandma died. So I think it just hit me.
Yeah, it don't be needing much when you hear a nice little melody. It's two things that can make you cry instantly. A nice little melody when you're going through some stuff, or somebody asking you what's wrong, or are you okay when you're going through some stuff. Now that will make you cry. Like you got all this stuff built up. Somebody be like, are you okay? You just be like, no. I'm so glad you asked. Like that's the BD. What have you cried to, Dana?
Nothing that
Please.
I can think of. I can't think of a song that's just made me cry. So
what's a song that's sentimental to you, or like?
I don't have one of those.
No.
But actually, I take that back. The other day,
What?
I was watching some clips from the Cowboy Carters, or what's
see?
that song, Protector, when her kids came out. That was
cute.
A little teary eyed. That was cute.
Yeah, that was really cool. I get moments like that. Like when I see stuff, it makes me get goosebumps.
Yeah,
or like
the lyrics, the
chills.
visual. It was like a build-up.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But music don't just.
Okay, now let's talk about President Trump's first 100 days in office and what has happened and how we're feeling. How's everybody feeling? Everybody's okay?
We here.
We here. Well, a quick reminder of some of the things that have happened, especially in Kansas City, which is of course where we're based at. It's been a lot of changes. So much so that the city of Kansas City is now suing President Trump's administration. So you could just imagine, like, whoa, what happened? Federal cuts. People have lost their jobs. Thousands of people have lost their jobs. At one point in time, decades ago, generations ago, the old heads used to be like, baby, get you a nice government job to pay for your health care and your benefits. And now those people are out of a job. And now that's not what you tell your kids no more, is get a government job. You got to find something else. Yeah. From the government building to Magic City. I don't know. That's extreme. Extreme.
Whoa,
that's extreme.
That is very
You could be a bouncer.
Diabolical.
You can. Magic City is being sued, but I heard that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
that's a whole, because I got some tea on that. Shout out to I think her name is Gorgeous Doll, the girl that was talking to Future.
Big G, yeah.
Big G.
Big G.
They called her Big G.
No, I just.
Okay. Black people love to let you know they know somebody. Oh yeah, Big G. I was just talking to her the other day. Okay, well, federal cuts, budget cuts. It's a lot of programs that have been cut in Kansas City. Like a lot. I think the ride share and something that's affiliated with the bus systems was cut. So much so that they're trying to figure out where they gonna get the money from to keep it going. And I'm like, that's crazy because like people got to get to their jobs. People got to get to and fro for their kids. So the fact that we have to worry about transportation is nuts. But basically with a lot of things and policies that Trump put into play once he got in office, it messed up a lot of things. So Kansas City is suing President Trump's administration for some other things. But one of the things that I have a problem with is the student loan situation. So not we all, but majority of us have at least a little loan or two or 16 when it comes to federal loans. Now with President Biden in, we didn't really have to worry about that. As of October of 2024, we should have started worrying. I didn't know. I didn't know. So it comes to this place where now they're saying, as of this week, that the Department of Education will start to garnish people's wages if they're in default. So, like, if you over your 90-day period on a loan, they're going to take it out your check. That's where I have a problem. I'm a little bit, I don't know. I'm concerned. Because if people wasn't paying it before, they still can't pay it now. And you got all these tariffs. You got all these other things. Eggs is $50. Like, where in the world are people going to get the money to pay for loans when they can't even pay for the necessities that they need? So we're still trying to figure that out. I need to get a lawyer. Like, I want to get a lawyer to talk about it so, like, we can understand. Because I'm trying to figure out if people can't repay, what do they do? Now, I did sign up for the loan forgiveness. So fingers crossed that goes through. But how y'all feel about the student loan your wages possibly being garnished?
It makes me feel broke.
I already feel broke. But life is hard, especially when you're like, we're all very single, independent people. Mm-hmm. So when you paying all these bills by yourself, like, it really can be really mentally draining.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they're doing all this in an apartment a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,000 is crazy. Mm-hmm. Like,
not even 1,000. I ain't got it. The average is 1,600.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more.
I was just about to say that we're thankfully we're in an area where we can get something a little bit more affordable and at least something big. But it's like still a lot. These apartments are not worth no $1,000.
They don't be.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, I hope I don't know. Do you like?
It's not gonna look good in a year or two when people ain't got no money.
Student
loans just pulled everything out of their check.
That's what people are saying. They're like, people finna go in default for other stuff. Yeah. Like, people got mortgages. That's finna, like,
car notes, apartments. You think kids that got to be in daycare? That's money each week.
Yeah.
Now they're taking money from your base pay. Groceries, like you said, $50. A carton
$50, literally. I feel like I get groceries every week just because, but even then, it's like you still come out of hella money. I mean, like, just getting that, like, it's just, I don't know.
You're not gonna be able to get everything you need grocery wise for less than $200 now.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't know. We gotta figure something out, child. Get you some side hustles that are legal. Ask your job if they'll pay you in cash. I don't know if that helps. I don't know. Is that what people do when they don't want to pay child support? Like, do they? Because they'll garnish your wages for that, and I feel like people get money,
or they just stop working for legal companies. You know what I mean? Get paid under the table because, like you said, they're taking it out of your check.
They'll go to Magic City and just get
and sweep the floors for an extra $200 at the end of the night. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't get legal.
Yeah, scary times. Money. Very much scary times. I don't know what's going on.
Well, still got 3.5 more years.
Yeah, we do.
Not even half.
Not even it's been 100 days. It ain't even been a half. Buckle up,
this
baby.
Ain't even first quarter.
What Lil' Kim say on that video? You're in the hood now, baby. Yeah, you're gonna have to buckle up. Well, let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted. Well, actually, maybe it's not. Do artists become overrated when they die?
Overrated?
Yeah, overrated. Do artists become overrated when they pass away?
I don't think it's because they died. I think it's because of that. What's the word? Posthumous.
What?
After death, that hype that
built. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, now they have dead people dropping albums, and now it's like, well, you weren't a fan when they were alive.
Yeah, that is true.
Now you're making the idea of them, I guess, overrated. Maybe is what I mean. I don't know, but I don't like that.
What you think?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a very complex question, low key, because I do feel like I don't know, but I do feel that thing like where a lot of people like love to show you flowers once you're gone. Yeah, it's like I feel like sometimes we have like an aesthetic because like the fact that like like Whitney and Aaliyah shirts is even popular, like that is kind of a little crazy.
Whitney, I don't think so.
Yeah,
well, not Whitney. Yeah, not Whitney. Whitney's the GOAT.
Whitney,
well, they don't know because I didn't know about Aaliyah until like after Aaliyah died 2001. We were like 4 or 5.
But I grew up listening to her music. Do kids now listen to that, or are you just wearing the T-shirt?
But kids now be listening to old stuff too. Just like when we was kids, we listened to older stuff. They might. But that's a valid question. That's true. That's a valid question.
But Aaliyah's music also wasn't on Apple Music for a long time.
True.
Oh,
so that's a recent thing.
Yeah. So if they got into it, they probably were tapped in through YouTube.
Yeah, and I just know how I was as a kid, and I was listening and finding out older stuff. Like
same.
I had little phases of time where I was like, I might have seen a biopic or something that got me invested in an artist or a group like SWV or not SWV. Who was it? TLC when they had that movie come out. I think we were still kids at that point. We were older, but they had that movie.
We were in high school.
He was in high school.
Yeah.
TLC.
Oh, the biopic?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
the one with Drew
like,
and Kiki Palmer.
Where they got the cars instead of some money or something.
Yeah. They put them in them Toyotas.
They gave them ladies RAV4s instead of a check.
They didn't even give them no Broncos.
Not a Bronco.
Yeah. But so it's like I had periods of time where I was studying, or not studying, but looking up on people. And Aaliyah was the same way. I saw Romeo Must Die. And that was a good
movie.
So that's why I understand when people be like, oh, Aaliyah is not overrated, because I see why people did say, like when I talked to people that were older than us and asked them about
the people that were there.
The people that were there. The old heads. When I asked them about their experience when we all was like, you good? Okay, wait. So when I asked them, I'd be like, what was the experience like when Aaliyah was there? And they all say the same thing. They be like, Aaliyah was the biggest thing out. Nobody was worried about Beyonce. This is what they say. Like at that time, Beyonce was still with Destiny's Child, so she wasn't her own entity at that point. Like she was the biggest out of that group, but they would say she was not on Aaliyah status. So that's why I understand where it's like we didn't experience that. We experienced Beyonce on Beyonce status and being in her own lane. We never got a chance to see what Aaliyah was even about. But the way that they talk about it was like Aaliyah was the Beyonce of her time until she passed away.
I feel like we also got like the Mariah prime too. Like I feel like
I got mixed feelings. I mean, maybe we did. I don't know.
Well, no, because I feel like her earlier music was low key a little better. But she had that Me album that was decent too.
Prime, but she was killing.
Yeah, she
still was Mariah Carey, and I couldn't know as a kid. Like I said, I didn't know if people could really sing or not. Like I heard people and I was like, this sounds bad. But I was a kid. So I can understand, now I have a different lens. So I don't know. I do think sometimes people get overrated when they pass away just because it's a lot of unknown. People are like, oh, they would have won this award if they were here. Unfortunately, they're not here. So you putting that... Y'all trying to make me sound bad. Like, I'm just saying sometimes...
But is that their fault? Because they're dead, or is that the people who are?
She's worse.
I mean, they're gone. It's not their fault. They're not saying, "Well, if I was here, I would have got that award." It's the people.
It is the people, so it's not necessarily their fault. It's just the hype around it. You know what I'm saying? Like when stuff does happen to people, we kind of care more, and I understand. Like that's when you know what I'm saying. Like we can't give you should give people their flowers when you feel like it's due, but we not gonna give everybody their flowers every single day. We're tired. Eggs are $50. Like
student loans.
Student loans are being garnished out of our checks. Please. They're stealing our money. What's the JG Wentworth? Did y'all have that here? JG Wentworth 877 cash now.
Yeah.
Is that number still accurate? Because we might need a call.
It's my money and I need it now.
I need that money. Like for real. We might need to put a phone call in. See if we can tap them in on the line. Maybe something a little bit more lighthearted, but maybe not. NBA players dating white women. So, this is a topic because Paul Pierce did an interview, and I'm going to play it. And basically, it was asked to him, does he feel like NBA players or certain athletes that are black don't date black, and they typically date white women. And so Paul Pierce has his response, which I think is good to hear somebody that's actually in the league, because I mean, people on the outside can talk all day long, but you're the one that's actually in it, and you see it, and you've probably seen things that you haven't spoken about. So give us some insight and let us know. So let me
do you feel like, why do you feel like men, especially NBA players, get with the white women? Is it because they're easy, quote unquote?
I got some theories, but I really want to hear it from him.
I do too. I want to hear it too.
I honestly think that maybe they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more.
Listen,
okay, so that clip is Paul Pierce on some podcast, and he was being asked, of course, if he thinks that NBA players date more outside of their race than date in their race. And his response, as you heard, he thinks non-black women, specifically Caucasian women, apologize more. I would love to hear you all's thoughts on that. Do you have any thoughts at all? I'm like, is he trolling or is he? But it sounds like he was serious. Paul Pierce be serious. Like they said this how he been his whole life. We just are getting they just didn't have social media back then when Boston was doing their stuff. I mean,
I don't think it's because they apologize more.
I don't either.
Because if you offend a woman, you offend a woman. Don't matter if she black, Asian, white, whatever.
And and this is somebody that's coming with a white mother. White women do not apologize. They don't. My mom, she has never apologized to me. She just be like, let's go do something.
Let's go so your mom,
that's my mom's apology.
She kind of like a black mama. Like she'll hop in and be like, you want some McDonald's?
But no, my mom does not apologize. She stands on business, and Dana knows this.
I feel like people be making a fake narrative to make it seem like black women are just we're
so unruly. We can't be tamed, and we're just going off. Like it's not the case.
Just because people know their worth and know what they are not going to do, absolutely. I think that's the line people,
what I'm saying? High value.
Like, people be mad that you know what you be like, I'm cool. Like, I understand, because it was a celebrity that explained that he was a popular guy. He's a celebrity or whatever. And he was saying how he was dealing with a woman. I'm pretty sure she was a black woman. And how the way she talked to him when they was into it or whatever, you wouldn't think that he was like the prize, or, like she gonna treat you like a regular person, because at the end of the day, you're a regular person to me now. No one's finna treat you with this high sedity class when we're dating. If we're dating, they say equally yoked. So, yeah, I don't care if you got 5 Grammys. You got me messed up. Go grab my food and come back home. So, like, that's valid. And I feel like that's the line is black women, we might have it more, like, we're more looked at as being bold and more of being honest about certain stuff. That doesn't mean every single person is like that, but that's, I feel like, how we looked at. So people just kind of confuse the two or make it seem like, oh, we're just so strict. Like, you might need you probably need to tighten up too.
It's taken as aggressive, but really it's just direct.
Like, you might just need to be a little bit more, like, you need to, I don't know. And that goes into the other things. I feel like people have an obsession of trying to tell women they need to pick struggling partners. Like, they'd be like, have you ever heard that before? No? Well, like, on social media, social media is not a real place. But you see a lot of people that's like, man, she went with him because he, maybe the guy has his life a little bit more in order. And they make that to be looked at as a bad thing. How are you mad because somebody picked somebody that has their head on their shoulders straight? And then they'll, so I just feel like there's an obsession there of trying to try to normalize the fact to be like, oh yeah, you need to be talking to somebody and get it out the mud with them. He broke, he down bad, date him. Why would somebody do that?
Right.
That's
you
dumb.
You gotta be with them at their lowest or worst to deserve the unproblematic side. That doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense. And I don't really be caring when I be seeing people do that. Like, it's a difference if you dating somebody and maybe they, they cool, but then maybe they hit a low. That's different. But meeting someone at a low,
absolutely not.
Like, why would I date you at a low? I can't expect nothing else. Like, I met you at that. So
can't go nowhere else.
You can't go nowhere else. So if I'm dating you and, we get further along and I come to you and I'm like, you need to get your stuff together. The response is going to be, you knew who I was when you met me. I'm gone. Like nobody's doing that. So it's like, you know how people say, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You date somebody that got their stuff in order. People will say you a gold digger or you only doing this. Like, and that be the thing too. They'll say you're a gold digger for somebody that's just making a regular middle class income. That's not gold digging. That's common sense.
You don't even have gold.
You don't even have. No, literally, what gold is the gold in the room with us? Like,
and we've talked about this before. Like, I just feel like you should date people that are on your level. Mm-hmm. Like, if you can't bring what I bring, like, what's the point? Like, at the end of the day, you're just fulfilling one need. And that's about it.
Clock that, yeah. I like that. Clock that. That was good. Well, let's switch to our double cup. Y'all gonna pull it too, and y'all gotta answer these questions. Brought to you by Hustle and Shine in the Morning. You know, Hot 103 Gems. Yeah. Okay. Question is, what is a song that you're sick and tired of hearing at events? Oh, Dana couldn't wait to answer this.
I got a couple. I'm sick of hearing Knuck If You Buck. I'm sick of hearing Wipe Me Down.
I don't even be hearing people play that. I sure don't even be playing
Open
it.
your ears.
They be playing
Because
it.
they be right after each other.
Listening.
That makes sense. I think they near
The way people feel about dreams and nightmares is how I feel about them too. Cut it off.
Dreams and Nightmares. All three of them songs is not a typical play song. If I'm at an HBCU event or a college event, that makes sense. Or, a college event, people strolling, that makes sense.
I'm like, I will say, like, don't get me wrong, I love Young Dolph and I do like Preach, but I just feel like we should broaden up the Young Dolph selection because I feel like they only play Preach and he has better songs that you could play that's still gonna get the club hype. Yeah. Let's not retire it, but let's lay down.
Yeah, let's not
Preach.
make that the first choice every time.
Every time, because he got better. That's not my. When I think of Young Dolph, Preach is the last song that I think about.
It was good.
It was good.
It was a good song.
Right.
That's probably why people play it a lot because it is a song where like people hear that beat and be like, okay, like it's
get people
hype.
hype.
It is the
hype.
beat.
Like it's that beat. When you hear that boom, boom, like, it do numbers. Okay. Can We Talk? Tevin Campbell. Tired of hearing that.
Yes.
I don't even play that because I don't want to hear it. I don't play Can We Talk at all. I play Jodeci Can We Talk. Like Come and Talk to Me is what it's called. That's it. That's the only coming and talking we doing is that Jodeci. Of course, Dreams and Nightmares. I don't want to hear that. I feel like it's maybe a couple other songs, but the Can We Talk. You know what? I ain't gonna hold you. I'm really I don't really play this when I DJ. I'm tired of hearing Keisha Cole Love. As soon as I hear that beat, I don't want to hear that no more.
I don't want to hear that at the
when
club.
I see you. I don't want to hear that.
See, that's what when I See You and Love is a typical R&B party playlist. Is people always play those songs. So it's like I understand when people play it, but I try to play other Fantasia. I play Truth Is because I feel like people be forgetting about that song.
Yes,
I like that song.
Yeah.
She ate with that.
She did.
Yeah. That's
switch up the options.
Yeah, switch up the options because
Or
people,
even what's it called? Free Yourself.
Oh yeah. Is that the If You Don't Want Me to Don't Talk to Me? Don't want me to
I'll
don't
be
talk
randomly
to me.
singing that sometimes.
Okay, last question. Name a currently underrated R&B singer.
Well, we ain't got a lot of them.
I can't tell you who's singing.
Well, they're
R&B
underrated.
right now.
They might be underrated. Y'all don't have one because I can start.
You know what? This isn't like current, but I'm gonna go with Brownstone.
Brownstone. I mean, they had some songs. Okay, so
Yeah,
you said
for
it's
sure.
not current. Okay, you said
Yeah.
it wasn't. Yeah. Okay.
Because right now we're not really in the R&B era. When you think about it,
Yeah, I can
because when you
understand that.
think about it, we really it's only about Money Long, Coco Jones,
Summer
maybe
Walker.
Lil Arya. Summer
Ari
Walker.
Lennox.
It's the R&B isn't as prevalent.
Well, I guess I don't know if she can be considered.
Talk about SZA.
Nah. I don't know if she won a Grammy, so I don't know if she can still be considered underrated.
Yeah.
But I think there is such a thing as winning a Grammy pretty early when you're getting popular, and that kind of you can still be underrated. Victoria Monet, I love her music. I
Love
think
her down.
like the other day was her birthday too. By the way, happy birthday!
Oh wow.
Invite me to the yacht party. Me and my sisters would love to come. But I love her. Like, her music is fire.
Yes.
Her videos be fire. Everything she do be like.
And she can dance too.
Yes,
That lady
and
be working.
yeah,
She's
no, she
really
be
singing.
working.
She's really dancing.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
like she really be working, and yeah, I like her music, and I feel like she is.
And I love her
underrated.
story. Like, I love the fact that she got big in like her early 30s. Because that just goes, because I think like life and stigma, they try to make it seem like, oh, like once you turn 30, like you can't really make your dreams come
You
true.
done.
Or like, yeah, like you
Yeah.
like just work at the bank, do whatever. But like, she's the living proof that you can still
Down at the bank. Down at the bank was funny. From the
That might be the
stage
job
to a
people
teller.
need to go do now that
Get
that seat in
look,
the bank.
I've
Right,
been
good.
at
Teller.
I've been at the bank 5 years. Ain't
See?
That's that new good job.
Yeah.
Look, the bank be annoying me, but that check gonna come every other Friday.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No, for sure.
On time. Anywho. But yeah, I just feel like yeah, I do for sure.
I don't know who else. I think I listen to a lot of. I do listen to R&B, but
Yeah.
because we normally our station plays hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks, so I hear everything. But when I'm in the car, I normally do a lot of R&B, especially because when I DJ events, I don't know, but I do like R&B. But Victoria Monet is like my underrated person currently. I don't know who else. Actually, I do have one last one. Kevin Ross. Oh my gosh, Kevin Ross's music. Please come to Kansas City so I can interview. I'll play it for y'all before y'all leave. It's really good.
Is this one of Diana kids? Who was this?
You know what? He could be affiliated. I'm not 100% sure.
Are you talking about the
not the one that was on TV.
I was just about
Not
to say
because his
that.
name is
'Cause
another.
he's
That's another
older.
Ross.
That's Evan. Yeah. That's
Yes, Evan. Yeah.
Not
I was like, when you said Ross kid, I was like,
Oh no.
he not even a kid. He like 30, like 35.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't thinking Evan. I just thought he was another
Nah,
one of the
I don't
kids.
think this. I don't think he has any connection to. I'm looking at his bio. I don't see them mention. Yeah, no. We'll see. He came from a family with full musicians. I don't know. I have no idea. Because he could be one of them kids that don't want to be associated with their parents during their career because they don't want that to, affect it. So he could be. I don't know. But Kevin Ross, he has really good music. And it reminds me of Brooke Winter because I feel like they have a couple songs like the way she sings and like the songs they sing is very similar. It's like real melodic, like mainstream songs that you can hear on the radio. So those are my two people. I'm trying to play this too. So reality star Mina Butterfly, I'll just say what she said. Yeah, everybody like Mina. I forgot about her too. Yeah, like throwback. Peter Guns, huh?
Okay, Tara.
Right,
Another baby?
Like,
It's so funny.
Another
It's
one.
so funny because I just seen the clip. Like I know
You saw it?
y'all seen on Twitter where it's like like iconic like reality moment. Everybody been posting clips, and it was the clip of her. I'm his wife. It ain't nothing fake about that.
Girl, they all was looking goofy. I'm like,
the
these
Love and
people
Hip Hop, the
a
old Love and
mess.
Hip Hop days, iconic.
All the old reality shows were good. Even Real
Yes.
Housewives of Atlanta, like, oh my goodness, good times when Kim Zolciak thought she could sing. Candy had that wig,
That rooster.
singing "Fly Above" all the haters. Like that was a great period of time. But nonetheless, Amina got on social media, kind of asking for parenting advice. And we're parents. We're not, but we're still going to give advice. She said that her 10-year-old daughter is not going, like she don't want to go to school. She be literally telling her, like, come on, get up. The girl don't get up out the bed. Now, she said it's not every single day, but it is here and there where she's like, she don't want to go. So she be like, she don't want to fight with her. So she just kind of let the girl, like, she'll say it like 3-4 times and she won't get up. So she's kind of trying to figure out like how to get her kid, like even punishment wise. She said she'll take the iPads. I don't think she cares. So a lot of people on social media, which makes a lot of sense, were like, well, that she might need to figure out what's going on at the school because maybe she's getting bullied. Like there might be a reason why she doesn't want to go to school other than just kids not wanting to go to school. So that would be my first thing. Like, is she probably need to check and go up there to that school and see what's actually happening.
Yeah,
And have a
there.
conversation with her daughter.
Teachers, students, what's happening?
Yeah, because it got to be a reason your daughter don't want to go to school. Outside of just that. Like, kids hate school for sure, but I never, ever, I feel like, had a moment where if my mama told me to get up, I wouldn't be like, nah, I'm standing my ground. I don't think people fear their parents enough. Like, I didn't play with my mama like that. I never played with Ann. Like, I would never. And I know she gonna watch this, girl. Like, I think you should have a certain level of fear from your parents. Not like a bad way, like an abusive way, but like enough to be like you respect them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like, I would never play my mama like that. It's still certain stuff I'd be scared about if she said something. She said my full government name, I'm scared. What did I do? Like, kids don't have that same respect for their parents, and it might be part of the reason that maybe their parents are at fault for that. But, like...
gentle parenting.
That's what, I mean, you know, I don't know. Esai, I want to know your opinion, because you're a parent now. And how old is your daughter?
My daughter is 4.
Okay, 4. So if she was 10, when she's 10 and she's like, you're like, come on, baby girl. Come on, it's time to go to school. And she's like, she laughs and just rolls back over. How would you handle that?
So, because I'm doing homeschool, I'm allowed.
Okay. So, but you still got to get her up.
Sure. But if I had her going to school, and I feel like we did that shit.
What?
Like, we'd roll over, you know, like...
Yeah, like regular, but she's not going...
Shit,
yeah,
you know?
5, but she's not saying 5 more minutes. She's saying to the end of the day.
Yeah, no, so I don't know. It wouldn't happen, because, like...
I did have some moments where I was like, I don't want to go to school today. Like, I'm not going.
But you got up.
My senior... my mom did me so dirty. This comes to the respect thing. So, my senior year... I literally left in my pajamas. I was like, I'm going to school.
What school did you go to?
I was in high school. It was my senior year. So, Topeka High all day, you know. So, no, but speaking of Topeka High, shout out to my dad. My dad just got the head coach's job with basketball. So,
congrats.
Shout out to
Rob.
Rob.
Applause in there.
Right.
Yeah,
So, but anywho, like I was like, bye, mom, I'm going to school, and my plan was I was going to go back home and go to sleep because I was tired.
That is crazy.
And I was pulling back, and my mom was pulling out. She was like, "Oh, so you thought you were going to skip school today?"
Go ahead.
And she was like, "Oh, well, I was like, "Well, mom, can I at least like get dressed?" No, you're gonna go to your pajamas. I literally went to school, and everybody was like, "Zae, what's going on?"
Right. That's crazy. Did you because Dana wasn't here for this conversation.
Clearly, I did it multiple times.
Did you go to it? Was that a public school?
Yeah, it's public school.
We had a conversation last time about private and public because I feel like there's a difference too. I don't know. I feel like you can get away with certain stuff
ever.
I feel like you could get away with certain stuff at a public school that you couldn't at a private.
You went to a private, right?
Yeah, I've been in
Like
private
what?
school my whole life. Public school, you could get away with not going to school and no one's gonna call and check on you.
Nah, you get
Like,
a call.
No, they were calling.
Oh, they
They
call.
call.
I don't know. I just be hearing people.
I just didn't care.
It's just I don't know.
No,
It's
my mom was calling them like she's not coming. And I just wouldn't
that
go.
too.
it was just certain stuff that
That
I
too.
don't know. It's just I had a certain level of fear and respect. I'm going to school. That was never. If I would have had this conversation with y'all when I was a kid, I'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with what the helly? What the helly Burton? What the helly Ante? What the helly Rolling? Like, what the hell is wrong with them?"
So, question:
Yeah.
could you just like walk out the school in a private school?
I mean, we had
Like,
Yeah,
did y'all have like
probably.
guards, like teachers guarding the door?
Guards.
Well, not like guards. but
Guard
like,
in prison?
Like,
Top City.
no,
Top City for real.
no, but I meant like teachers,
Nah.
like or like
Yeah, teachers.
administrators. Because literally,
Not
like
nobody guarding the door.
So, because the reason I asked is because my dad went to a different like district in Topeka, and then he went to my high school,
Mhm.
and he was like, that was the thing that really like culture shocked me. He was like, kids were just walking out to school.
At
Like,
what
you could-
school?
At my high school that I graduated
Oh, okay.
from, because you could kind of just walk in freely, like nobody was literally watching the doors.
Well, it's like so.
Yeah.
I mean, the office is right there by the door, so of course, like I think they have more strict now. But like we, at a certain point, I think when you're like a junior or senior, you're able to maybe go grab lunch or something. There was an option for us
ours
to do
was
that,
sophomore through seniors.
and so eventually, I think they might have got they put some limitations on that. But like nobody was doing that. Like people might go to the car or like the back because the locker room was connected to all the seniors. We parked in the back, so.
Yeah.
You just go through the locker room and go to your car or whatever like that. So I don't know. Nobody was actually ditching school. It might have been like one person. He got kicked out. So
I wasn't fun.
Oh,
You were outside.
I was just about to say that we was
Let's go to
outside.
the house real quick.
that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. That
We were at Chipotle.
Yeah,
we were at
just leaving
McDonald's.
to leave.
We
What you gonna say?
So something I did that you probably couldn't have done is like my weights teacher was the basketball coach,
Mhm.
and he was super laid back with all the basketball players. So I'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go run to McDonald's. You want something? And
Yeah, you ask them if they want something, right?
Always
but
your
during
coaches.
class, that's something that we did.
But that's cool. But you didn't just ditch it and just pull up with, you know what I mean? Like, you asked, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, I might have left at some point in time to go, but I don't.
When I got that car, it was a wrap. I remember the second. No, me too. I was about to say I was skipping without the car too, but I remember like it was like my third week of school. I didn't want to go to gym class, so I didn't go. And my dad was like, "Don't let this car." He was like, "I didn't got the." He was like, "They called me. They didn't even call your mom." I was like, "Oh yeah,
you better be happy."
Let me chill out on the skipping.
I never skipped gym. I actually enjoyed gym because mine was at the end of the day.
It was really weights.
Well, I did, I did kind of cop out. They let me. Thank you. It was like we did like a fitness test. I told you we did like we had to do a fitness test. You got to run a mile. You got to lift weights. Like you have to do the fitness test. And so it was like they made us do a lot of different stuff. I wasn't really trying to do all of that. I did the mile and I did like the pull-ups or whatever that we had to do. And then it was something that they want us to do, flipping and stuff. I wasn't trying to do that. So since I also played basketball at the time, I think I might have had like a little sprain. So I just was like, that's the reason I couldn't do it. But I was scared as hell to do all the spins, and I was scared as hell. So I just said that I couldn't do it because of my ankle. Luckily they believed me and I got out of it. Thank you so much. Because I was
Our
like,
gym wasn't that intense. That's that private school gym.
Yeah, we did bowling because I told her we did bowling too. We went to a bowling alley. So yeah,
we didn't.
Yeah, we
Word
had that.
bowling wasn't spoken to us anymore. It was very public.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
that's why when I
public
get
school
older,
funding.
I realized the difference between public and private, because I told y'all like until I was here in the last couple of years when I went to speak at like schools, I didn't really realize that they had the detectors, the metal detectors, and we ain't never had that at my school.
Yeah, it was only at the
Top City.
It was only at the games for us. It was the basketball games.
It's at every school now, like and
as it should be though.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But we don't, and even like my school, I don't think that in St. Louis I don't think they had that now. But that's never something like we really had. Like it's still a level of, I don't know, but it's also a smaller number of kids. From my understanding, that certain public schools is hellas. Like my graduating class was like, yeah, that's crazy. My graduating class was like 60 people. Like, so it's like, it's not a big
your
school.
graduation was short.
Lasted 30 minutes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Commercial break. It was cool. So that's why, I mean, when I went to a college graduation, it was long, but I ain't.
Long as the day. Child.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing about, like, that's why I said I didn't know nothing about that. So, but I had cousins that went to public schools.
And so you were that cousin. The private school cousin.
Yeah, but I was like at a private school that would like it's different tiers. Like I've explained, like it's different tiers to private schools. Just like different public schools might have better funding.
Yeah, true. If you go out to the suburbs,
yeah, if you certain
like that's why a lot of people be putting their kids up in North Kansas City, Blue Springs, because it's better public schools.
Yeah, and I get that, and my mama, I don't like I call her to this day, and I just be like, I don't know how you did it, because like our tuition for if I think it was maybe a whole school year was like $12,000. She figured it out.
That's not birth control.
No, that should be. Yeah, no, that's definitely some birth control. It's something for you to be like, but that's how much it was then, and then like you get a chunk of it, like financial aid. I don't know what it is now, but like just imagine the schools that was way higher tier than us. But people probably went on scholarships for sports and stuff like that. So you get. Ain't nobody finna come out of pocket for all of that. It sounds daunting when you first hear it, like, oh, I'm just put my kid in public school because $12,000. Heck nah. But when you get the financial aid, the Pell Grants, even though I don't think the Pell Grant exists anymore because DEI is gone. But some of those grants you can still apply for and get, so that, your parents only coming out maybe a couple thousand. And I know it's like, oh, that's still a couple thousand. But like when they was paying for daycare for you, they was paying a couple thousand. Like overall for like $300 a week. Like if you went to daycare, you might have sat in that house and watch Judge Judy and Martin. Mm-hmm. I was watching Judge Judy as a kid though, for sure.
Facts. We was right there with Lo.
Jerry Springer, and all them little court TV shows. Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown.
Cheaters.
Mm-hmm. Which one is it? Judge Mathis or Joe Brown? Mathis, is that the one that called everybody a crackhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Judge Mathis.
I know
be
a crackhead
tripping.
when I see one.
No, literally, like, oh my gosh. I hope the people he be calling out be actual crackheads, because If
Some of them
not,
you can tell.
some of them, you can tell. But it's some of them, I'm like, I don't know, Mathis.
You don't know what you know, though. He's the judge. We don't know what you know.
He said I could smell the crack on you.
That is crazy. A judge saying that,
But we don't know. We didn't smell it. Crack do have a smell.
he be wilding. Like,
do be
bro, you
wildin'.
could he reminds you from the streets every second. Like, you was on the block before here, huh? Like, bro, what? Like, we're in a court of law. Respect the law. You know that lady, yeah. Yeah, that lady been having her way. I'm happy for her.
Why does she do that little nose
don't
thing?
know. Respect the law.
Why
She
does
be
she do
she be
it?
posing like this. She be on a picture.
She be cracking me up though. She be like,
I'll show you in a second, bro. It's crazy.
when I seen
You
her
be like,
acting
what's-
up in Dubai, I was
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
know,
she.
yeah.
I was like, oh, she
In
going to
Dubai?
jail. Yes.
Yeah, she
Oh,
went to
they
Dubai.
don't play that.
Well, she came back. She back in New York.
I
now.
would too. Dubai. I'm not playing
Sexy
around
Red
up
was,
there.
Sexy Red was just in Dubai. I don't know what
I'm sure
part
she
of
kept
Dubai.
it real tame.
I don't know. I
Yes.
saw,
They don't
I
play
saw a
that.
video
They
of some
don't.
twerking going on.
I don't think they care about twerking. People be out there twerking, but
I thought that was what you couldn't do. I thought you couldn't do all of that
You
in Dubai.
can't
Never heard
you
you
can't
do
yell in the street. You can't.
yes, they're not loud.
Going to Dubai, be like, hey,
Stealing.
like just,
Even if
I
it's
think
minor,
it's more
like,
a public
they don't-
thing.
Yeah.
just that. But that's kind of crazy though. Like, just imagine your friend walking down the street. And be like, hey, you got my charger? Lock you up. You're gone. Brittany Griner.
That's the one place Snoop won't
That's
smoke.
different.
Yeah, that's a.
But you're yelling. That's what you're saying.
I see what you said.
Hey, Dana, my charger.
Well, first of all, why are you yelling?
Because you're
stop that.
say you're walking down the street.
Too
And I'm,
and come speak to me like
but
a
I
normal
can't. You're
person.
walking the other way.
Well, then you just don't have
You
a
know-
charger. You shouldn't be yelling anyway.
Now my phone is undiscoverable because it died, and I'm in Dubai. Like,
You won't need it when you're locked up.
Since we're talking about yelling, the first y'all already know the first person who would get locked up out of all of us in Dubai.
Shirley.
No, I was gonna say
Out of us?
No, I was gonna say Anisha.
Oh, Anisha.
Oh, you need
Sure.
a broader group.
Yeah. Anisha would get I
We're
mean,
talking just off loud. Yeah.
yeah. Anisha would get locked up for that. Kyra would get locked up for maybe wanting to squabble up with somebody. Like, yeah.
Lauren.
I don't know what
Lauren be
Lauren Lauren would be loud too, but I don't know what she would get locked up for outside of that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we would get locked up. Like Mama Kyra said, we're the same ones. She did not lie.
Literally, us three are kind of like the level-headed ones. Like,
Yeah, we're level headed. Brooke's level headed too.
yeah, Brooke too.
And I'm trying to think, the rest of them be tripping. Respectfully. Like regular tripping, not like really tripping. Like,
Yeah.
like, you got your friend groups, you know how everybody is. Like, you know who to go for this. I know who to go for that. I know if I want to do something risky, who to call. I'm calling Anisha because I know she's going to tell me to do it. I'm easily calling Anisha. If I want a little bit of sense, but it's kind of like, it's a little bit of sense, but it's also like, I'm going to call Lauren. Because it's like, you might not be wrong, sister, but I don't know. If I'm I don't know, like, Kyra, I might call her for some simp because she's a simp. She like that stuff. So if I want to do something sweet, I'll call Kyra
Okay.
and be like, "What you think about this?"
I can
Because
see
she,
that.
she's a lover girl.
Yeah.
So and I feel like I call you for a bunch of stuff. And I feel like
Jack of all trades. What can I say?
let's not get ridiculous.
What can I say?
Like, I'll mention anything. It'd be gossip. It'd be regular stuff. I would call Dana. I'd be like, yeah, guess what happened? Guess who I ran into?
Yeah.
So I was like, we need to talk after
I'm
this.
weak.
Um,
Dana and I be gossiping.
yeah, no, yeah, I know. I love in-house gossip. It's a difference
Yeah.
between being messy, like with people you don't know. That's the difference. You want to gossip with your friends,
Exactly.
because it stays here. It doesn't go anywhere else.
Literally.
This is a safe space.
This is a safe space. We won't be gossiping on
If
this show.
anybody's seen Dana
Yeah,
and
we should
I's
have a gossip segment.
if anybody's
should.
seen Dana and I's messages from Friday, they would be we'd be shunned.
The group chat, if the group chat leaks. Well, I appreciate you both for taking the time and being on the podcast. We had a great conversation. Thank you, as always, for hopping in the conversation. And check out who we got next week. Actually, next week, who do we have? Ooh, we got a good one. The Hood Dude Food Reviews. He's gonna be on, so it's gonna be a great conversation. Because the first thing I need to ask him is, how does he manage eating all these places in the matter of time and posting it. That's the first thing I got to talk to them about. So appreciate y'all tapping in. It's the Offer Hustle.